The vessel's operating station should be located and arranged so the person steering has the best possible all-around vision. The vessel should have strong and effective rudder stops that prevent jamming and damage to the rudder and its fittings. These stops may be structural or internal to the main steering gear. Main steering gear should be able to move the rudder from 35 degrees on one side to 30 degrees on the other side in less than or equal to 28 seconds with the vessel moving ahead at maximum service speed. The vessel should have a rudder position indicator at the steering position. A compass must be provided to determine the ship's heading and display the reading at the main steering position. The steering position and the rudder are connected via the steering gear. Main steering gear should be of adequate strength and capable of steering the vessel at all service speeds and designed to operate at maximum astern speed without becoming damaged or jammed. The steering gear room should be separate from the engine room, to maintain the ability to steer even if there is an engine room fire. It is possible to steer the vessel directly from the steering gear room. A telephone, or other means, to communicate heading information to the emergency steering position. Sometimes a portable compass is provided. Nowadays seagoing vessels are manually steered in principle only during maneuverings in ports, canals and straits, and during extremely heavy, stormy weather. The procedure for changing over from manual steering to autopilot must be displayed near the helm, and is done by the officer of the watch. Pilots come aboard vessels by small boat to assist with the conduct of navigation in local waters. Ship's masters cannot be expected to be fully conversant with the special navigational and regulatory requirements of an area, like variable currents and other traffic. The bridge team is responsible for safe navigation while following the passage plan. The composition of the team can vary. It can range from a solo watchkeeping officer that completes all of the duties of navigation alone up to a system of multiple officers of the watch, lookouts, helmsman, pilot and master. The duties of the lookout and helmsman are separate, and the helmsman should not be considered to be a lookout except in small vessels where an unobstructed all-round view is provided at the steering position and there is no impairment of night vision or other impediment to the keeping of a proper lookout. All will orders given should be repeated by the helmsman, and the officer of the watch should ensure that they are carried out correctly and immediately. All will orders should be held until countermanded. The helmsman should report immediately if the vessel does not answer the wheel. The helm order midships means the rudder is to be held in the fore and aft position. The helm order port 10 means 10 degrees of port rudder is to be held. The helm order hard a port means the rudder is to be held fully over to port. The helm order starboard 5 means 5 degrees of starboard rudder is to be held. The helm order hard a starboard means the rudder is to be held fully over to starboard. The helm order ease to 10 means reduce the amount of rudder to 10 degrees and hold. The helm order steady means reduce swing as rapidly as possible. The helm order steady as she goes means steer a steady course on the compass heading indicated at the time of the order. The helmsman is to repeat the order and call out the compass heading on receiving the order. When the ship is steady on that heading, the helmsman is to call out, "Steady on." If it is desired to steer on a selected mark, the helmsman should be ordered to steer on, buoy, mark, beacon. The person giving the order should acknowledge the helmsman's reply. When the officer of the watch requires a course to be steered by compass, the direction in which he wants the wheel turned should be stated, followed by each numeral being said separately, including the 0. On receipt of an order to steer, for example, 182 degrees, the helmsman should repeat it and bring the vessel round steadily to the course ordered. When the vessel is steady on the course ordered, the helmsman is to call out, "Steady on 182." The person giving the order should acknowledge the helmsman's reply.